everyone. Welcome to my first ever podcast, Vows and Vision. So, if you're tuning in, thank you for watching this video slash podcast. For those people that are waiting for this podcast to be posted, sorry. Thank you for waiting. Highly appreciating all of your support. Well, I posted this on Threads kasi sobrang nahihiya akong i-post siya via Instagram. Ngayon, I will be posting this video on TikTok and you will see some snippets on my main TikTok, which is the Christine Horkia page. But another page will be created for this podcast specifically, which is Vows and Vision. So, ayun. So, I really happy to be starting this podcast. I'm really thrilled kasi I am really not expecting na I will be doing this, and I didn't really expect that I would be posting this on social medias. Well, ang funny lang kasi this is just a draft on my phone na never siyang lumabas up until the time that I decided I needed to do this podcast. So today, I am here creating my first ever podcast. So the idea of this podcast is because last November I got married. Yes, I got married. And as a graduate bride, I wanted to help other brides or bride-to-bees, couples, sa mga makakapanood nito, or yung mga tao lang nagkasunod-tune in just because, di ba? Gusto lang magka-idea on how to become a DIY bride or how to plan a wedding. So, um, many people might think in my life, why did I choose to become a DIY bride on, or what is the idea? Ano yung mga tips and tricks on becoming a DIY bride? Since I am a graduate bride right now, I wanted to share some of those tricks with you guys. So, ah, but but first things first, I know not all of you know me. I just want to introduce myself. I am Christine Cibolo. Kasal na pala ako. So, I am Christine Horquilla. Got married last November 27 this year, and believe it or not, I chose to be a DIY bride. Siguro, marami magtatanong na which is worth it. Is it ang all-in package ba or a DIY wedding? Which is which? Kasi sa pages na kinabibilangan ko ngayon, yun yung topic. Previously, crew meal yung topic, pero ngayon, right now, dahil grabe, ang daming nagpapakasal, ang daming weddings talaga, many people are asking what is more worth it. Is a all-in package worth it, or is a DIY wedding worth it, or alin sa dalawa ang worth it? So yun muna yung itatakal natin. Kasi previously I am a wedding coordinator. Yeah, almost 1 year I am a wedding coordinator. I've been through a lot of weddings, and doon din ako nagkaroon ng ideas on how to plan my own wedding. That's why I chose to be a DIY bride. Pero right now, let's go to the topic. Ano nga ba ang mas better, ang all-in wedding package or ang DIY wedding? Who knows? Pero, for me, dahil yun nga, because of my background, I have a background in being a coordinator, and I've seen everything unfold from start to finish. So, let's see. So, all-in packages kasi, this is what I can tell about it. An all-in packages has some inclusions na puwedeng maka-help sa inyo lalo na kung talagang nagba-budget kayo. Merong mga wedding packages na that is fit on your budget, but it is still depending on the packs or what we say na guests. So it all depends on the guests and what packages are you going to be choosing. Kasi minsan may mga 3 packages sila, tas yung mga packages na yun, iba-iba rin ang presyo depending on the guests that you have. Merong mga packages na may 50 guests, 100 guests, tapos one 125 or 150 guests, ganun. Or it differs on whatever events management that you will be hiring or you will be talking to, pero may mga ganong setups. Then, depende yun dun sa packages that you will get because it has different inclusions. For example, kunwari, itong package A, ang package A, ang inclusions niya, syempre, andyan yung catering, the designs, and whatsoever. Pero, on that package, there is something missing. Kunwari, walang LED wall. Or kaya naman, ang meron lang is, sa coordinators nyo is, tatlo lang on the day. Like, isa sa bride, isa sa groom, then isang head coordinator. Then, sa photo video, kunwari, pagka package A, na medyo budget meal yung pinili nyo, minsan wala pa dun yung SDE, pero merong on-site photos and highlight videos, pero walang SDE. So, ganun siya nag-work, yung mga packages na meron in every event management. So, if you are wanting to have a stress-free wedding, you go for a package. Pero, syempre, hindi talaga mawawala ang stress actually sa mga weddings kahit na naka-package ka, naka-DIY ka, the stress is still there. Hindi nawawala yon. And also, if yung package na pinili nyo is may gusto kayong i-include sa package, I think some event managements will have an add-ons, parang magbabayad ka pa for another inclusion that will be specifically put in your package. So, yun lang yung problema kapag sa mga packages. And, syempre, kunwari, if your budget is just up until 200,000, then nakakuha kayo ng package na almost, let's say, 150,000. Sabihin na natin for 100 guests, 50 to 100 guests. So, syempre, you still have to consider the venue, your gown, the groom's suit, and kung ano pa yung mga gastusin outside of the packages na hindi included. Syempre si packages, dun lang kasama si photo video, si caterer, sino pa ba? Hair and makeup, if there is an included hair and makeup on the package, kasama pa yon. Then, ano pa ba? Yan, yung coordinator. Some packages have this promo na parang may kasamang venue dikit nung package nila, but minsan sa madalas. So, meron mga nag-o-offer ng ganun, pero not all of the time. So, yeah, ganun pa rin, if you're sticking with your budget, and ang packages nga na, is minsan ranging to 100 to 300,000, different packages. That depends on what is the inclusions and the guests' head counts. So, ayun. So, yun. Yun lang yung hirap sa package kasi you're all set with everything. Pero, syempre, may mga iba ka pa rin gagastusin talaga. Pero ito sa wedding eh. So, talagang may gastos ka pa din. Minsan nga kahit naka-compute na lahat, naka-Google Sheets na kayo, whatsoever, meron pa ring time na mag-i-exceed kayo sa budget nyo. Kaya, ayun, I just wanted to explain that. Kasi pinag-aawayan siya ngayon sa mga groups na Is it worth it to have an all-in package or a DIY wedding? So that's my take on a package, all-in package wedding. But if it is a DIY wedding, as per my experience, grabe. As a DIY bride, I enjoyed it so much. Unang-una sa lahat because I get to customize everything. I get to choose my suppliers. I get to help people that is close to me, lalo na yung mga suppliers namin nakakilala namin. Yun lang yung benefit na may kakilala kang suppliers. And syempre, benefit na naging coordinator ka before kasi may mga kakilala ka na in the industry and nakita mo na kung paano sila gumawa, nakita mo yung mga outputs nila, nakita mo yung mga ano, tsaka pwede ka mag-request sa kanila ng napakadaming beses. So, ayun, yun yung take ko as a DIY bride kasi talagang we do have we do have a budget. We set a specific budget for our wedding and we've set a amount of guests in our wedding. And ayun, yun, I'm happy kasi it turned out more than what I can imagine. As a DIY bride, that is an experience na hindi mapapalitan ng kahit anong amount. Like, it is the best decision that I've ever made being a DIY bride kasi I didn't just get to do it my own way, our own way, kami ng husband ko. But I get to meet new people. I get to talk to new people, be friends with other people na suppliers ng mga events. So it is really it is really good and really nice knowing people na nakasama ko sa event na to. It really made it memorable. Sobrang memorable talaga. So, ako talaga nung time na 'to, na-inspire din ako maging DIY bride because of my sister. She is also a DIY bride. And nung kinasal siya, I was really keen or leaning on the side of having a all-in wedding package. Pero nung nakita ko yung wedding niya din na DIY niya, I was like, wow, ang galing. Nasunod lahat ng gusto niya, lahat ng requests niya. Nasunod. Kasi, to get you in some details pala, nung coordinator ako, I want to be as honest as possible. Kasi nung naging, coordinator ako dun sa previous work ko, sa previous job ko, may mga times na hindi talaga nasusunod yung gusto ni bride. And may tendency na 'pag sinasabi namin yun kay bride na hindi nasunod yung gusto nila, ayun, nalulungkot si bride and that tends to make them cranky for their day. Pero siyempre, um, habang tumatagal naman, they are happy with the outcome. Pero siyempre, um, ako bilang isang coordinator talaga na parang I'm set on I should give the best or I should give kahit hindi ko talaga ano yun, hindi ko control. We should give the best service to the couple. We should give what they want. Kasi talaga may times na madalas may mga work kami na ina-attendan talaga na hindi talaga nasusunod yung gusto ni bride or gusto ni groom, yung mga designs, colors, minsan hindi talaga siya nasusunod on the day ng coordinator ako. And sometimes may mga kulang pa. Pero no shame on that kasi we still give our best effort and the good or the brighter side is na kailangan tignan is not how many things have looked bad on that day, but how the marriage is after. Kasi kami ginagawan din naman namin siya ng paraan actually kapagka kunwari may, instead of, burlap, yung gusto ni bride na sa lalakaran niya, red carpet ang dala. So, um, we need to improvise and we need to really inform the couple about the changes talaga. Pero, ayun, yun lang yung medyo downside ng all-in packages kasi personally, you don't get to know your suppliers. Personally, you won't be able to talk to them. You will just talk directly to the coordinator. So, wala kang say, wala kang ano, wala ka talagang reach dun sa mga inclusions na meron sila, lights and sounds, kasi dadaan lahat dun sa coordinator, which the coordinator in return will relay all of your requests dun sa mga suppliers. Pero ayun nga, sad to say, really in all-in wedding packages, may mga ganun na instances na nangyayari talaga na hindi nasusunod yung mga gusto. And ayun, which is part of my job, nakakalungkot yun kasi syempre parang we didn't deliver the best for that couple even though they've requested it months and months before. So, yun lang yung downside din ng mga all-in packages. And ayun, sa DIY naman, ang downside ng DIY is yung pagod talaga. Kasi you will literally be the one who is going to be there. Physically, mentally, ikaw yung nandun. Pero, ang ganda lang kasi you get to bond with those people. Nakakapagod nga lang. Nakaka-stress. And risky din siya kapag hindi mo kilala yung suppliers. If you're just seeing the outcomes and the pictures sa mga posts nila. Pero, ayun nga, pero, ayun, kapag ka ganun kasi na hinandpick mo sila, talagang, tas kinausap mo sila directly, they agree on what you wanted and they will definitely reach out to you. Minsan lang natakot lang ako ng time na kumuha ako ng pinaka first supplier namin. Sobrang natakot lang ako talaga kasi syempre, you need to you need to pay the down payment first before anything else, syempre. Nakakatakot lang yung gano'n kasi syempre pera yung usapan. Then, hindi mo alam kung sisiputin ka ba on the day. Pero, since ang dami ng mga pages for practical brides, wedding plannings, and the such, pwede ka na rin dun magpa-fact check or pa-screening ng mga bago ka magtawag dito, bago mo i-push yung isang supplier. Pero, ayun, it is really tawag dito, it is really, um, may word yun eh, wait. It is really, parang pikit mata. Ayan. Pikit mata mong babayaran yung supplier. Pero, seeing everything unfold last month on our wedding, wala akong masabi. Lahat ng requests, lahat ng color schemes, lahat ng gusto ko, mapa-photo, video, design, catering, whatsoever, wala akong masabi. Everything is so perfect. Everything went according to plan. Na ako kasi, 'di ba nga, dahil naging coordinator ako, inisip ko na on that day na, hindi lahat ng gusto ko or hindi lahat ng plano is masusunod. So, yun ang expectation ko. Inano ko na yun sa sarili ko na, hindi lahat masusunod, hindi lahat masusunod. And I also set that expectation to my husband. Sabi ko rin sa kanya na, okay, so, hindi lahat ng kinuha natin, hindi natin alam kung ganun talaga yung mangyayari or ganun talaga yung makikita natin. Kasi talagang nag-worry kami, lalo na nung sa venue. Nung time yung purchase kami ng ceiling treatment sa venue. Tsaka yung mga designs, mga backdrop and whatsoever, talagang a few weeks before the wedding, nagtatanungan kami ng husband ko na, okay kaya yung mangyayari sa wedding yung design, okay kaya magma-match kaya dito sa supplier na 'to, sa supplier na 'yan, dito. Ha! Pero ending, everything went well together. Sobrang wala akong masabi, everything went according to plan. That's why I am so happy in creating this podcast and speaking about a DIY wedding kasi I've witnessed the packages na all-in package wedding. Yes, it's extravagant. Sira. Extravagant. Ang bobongga, ang gaganda, ang ayos, ganito ganyan. So, I've witnessed it all and DIY wedding, parang buwis buhay 'to, parang hindi puwedeng may mali or may kulang. Pero I've never regret my decision on being a DIY bride. So, as to why I am here today, and I think as you are here today, nakita niyo naman sa ating title today. Title is DIY Wedding, Where to Start. So, if you choose to click on this video and you choose to be a DIY bride, here are the tips on where to start. Pero if you are still wanting to have an insight on having an all-in package, I'm all ears in the comment section. Pwede kayong mag-comment dito na kung mag-request, kung gusto nyo rin ask about the all-in packages, you can do so and I can answer those questions for you and I can or will create eventually a podcast or a video for a all-in package. Okay? So, comment nyo lang yan. And ngayon, I'm here to provide some tips on where to start as a DIY bride. Okay. Kanina napag-usapan natin about the budget. The budget. Hi, first things first. Couples, bride-to-bees, groom-to-bees. First things first, plan your budget. Plan your budget. As a DIY bride, that is a need to plan your budget. Christine, bakit? Bakit we need to plan for our budget? Isa lang. Kasi as a DIY bride, you can choose so many suppliers that fits your budget. Dahil hindi kayo caged sa all-in package, you can choose whoever you want to be a supplier on your wedding day. Pero syempre, doble ingat kasi hindi lahat ng mura is maganda. Hindi lahat ng mura is totoo. Baka mamaya may mga mura din kayo makita, mas scam lang kayo. That's why I've mentioned earlier na kailangan din natin mag-double check, magpa-fact check sa mga group pages. Kaya essential din na nasa mga pages kayo, mga bride-to-bees, groom-to-bees. So that is the first step you need to do. Plan your budget. Kasi once you plan your budget, you can plan the guest list, kung ilan yung a-attend sa inyo, na pwede nyo pagkasyahin dun sa budget nyo. If ang budget nyo is just for 50 people, that's fine. You can do that. But if your budget can fit up to 100 people, it's also fine. It's up to you guys. It's your decision. It's your wedding. So, you choose. And it's your wedding, your budget, your decision. So, you choose. And syempre, kapag kaplanado ang budget, syempre, pag nakikita nyo, lalo na pag magbabudget kayo, you need a very, very handy tip. Mag-Excel kayo. Or Google Sheets, whatever you want to choose. Pero kami, naka-Google Sheets kami ng husband ko when we started on planning our wedding. Naka-Google Sheets kami. So, we've dictated our budget and on a monthly basis, naguhulog both kami, naguhulog kami every month for our wedding. For example, ako, I choose to commit to every month I choose to commit na maglalaan ako every sahod ng 5,000. Every sahod, 5,000 sa wedding. 5,000 sa first cut-off, 5,000 sa second cut-off. Yung 5K na nauna is inilalagay ko sa wedding. Yung 5K na pangalawang sa sahod is yun yung nilalagay ko just in case of emergency. And itong 5K na isa, in case of emergencies and for sa mga gifts. Yan, gift kay groom, gift kay parents, gift sa bridesmaids, or whatever it is na kakailanganin nyo on your day. So, 5, 5. Yun yung ipon ko. And then, doon namin nilalagay siya sa sheets yon. So, once you have your budget, kung nilista nyo, kung sabihin natin, ang budget lang namin is 200,000, then, you have to ask yourselves, kaya ba to for 50 guests? 50 guests. Kaya na yon yung 200K, 50 guests. But it will be simple wedding. Pero, well, hindi naman talaga ano ang wedding. Ang pinag-i-investan is yung marriage afterwards. Kasi wedding is a one-time experience, but marriage lasts forever. Yun yung isa pang tip. So, ayun, first is a budget. Ano pa ba inclusions for the budget? Syempre, once you've mapped out your budget, you can go to your non-negotiables. So, kung magtatanong ka rin, ano po ba yung non-negotiables? Non-negotiables is yung hindi dapat mawawala dun sa day ng event. So, ano ba yung mga bagay na hindi dapat mawala? And of course, you need to talk to your partner in regards to this non-negotiables. Baka siya rin kasi may non-negotiable, hindi lang naman ikaw. So, you need to talk to your partner if he also has a non-negotiable na kailangan makonsider on your wedding day. Pero here are some of the non-negotiables that me and my partner has talked about on our wedding day. Unang-una sa lahat is yung venue. Siyempre, non-negotiable yung venue. Kasi kung wala kayong venue, walang mapangyayarihan yung wedding nyo. So, that is the first non-negotiable. So, kami ni partner, when we decided on having a venue, dahil nga ako ay isang coordinator, parang naiikot ko na lahat. Hindi naman lahat, pero parang naikot ko na yung mga sulit, tipid na mga venues all around Rizal. Yes, ganun kalala. Kami ni partner, ni husband, we went to Angono, Rizal. We went to Antipolo because sa Antipolo talaga sobrang daming venues na mura lang talaga. Sinasabi ko sa inyo. Then we went to Cainta, Rizal to look for a venue. Saan pa ba kami napunta? I can't recall if we went to Taytay kasi meron akong nagustuhang venue sa Taytay which is malapit lang siya sa Villa, yung parang glass dome. Pero, syempre, first things to consider, budget. So, hindi pasok sa budget, kaya X. Ha! And, ayun, yun yung mga places na pinuntahan namin around Rizal dahil taga Rizal kami. So, Rizal area muna. Tsaka na kami mangangarap ng outside Rizal wedding. Pagka ano na namin, 25 years. Charot. Pero ayun, decide on your venue. If you are strictly on your budget, decide on a venue that suits you best. So kami ni husband, we chose the venue at Emperor Cainta, Rizal. So that is where our wedding was held. So ang ginawa namin dahil we are on a budget at ayaw namin mahirapan yung mga guests namin. So we really considered where the location is. Kinonsider namin may parking ba, matatraffic ba sila, may stress ba sila sa biyahe or whatsoever. We really consider that in picking our venue. Kasi originally, we wanted to have a ceremony in our church, which is kasi Christian wedding. So, we planned on having it on our church, which is malapit lang naman sa Cainta Rizal kasi Taytay Rizal or Muzon lang yung ano namin, yung church namin. But then, syempre, we're still thinking about the guests, the comfort of the guests, and syempre, on that day, paano ba yung mangyayaring transportation back and forth. So, we've decided to look for a place that can accommodate two in one, which is kung two in one, dun yung reception, dun yung ceremony and dun yung reception. So, two in one. So, ganun yung hinanap namin na na setup. So, once we've settled on that decision, we chose to look for a venue that can accommodate two in one na wedding. So, dahil two in one kami, dun din yung prep location, which is everything on that day, dun lang kami. Hindi kami umalis, hindi kami lumabas, or whatsoever. Wait, chine-check ko kung meron pa ba. Meron. Sorry, medyo, random. Pero, ayun, chine-check ko if meron pa yung mic ko kasi. If not, magpapalit ako ng mic. Ayun, so, yun, we chose to have a venue that can accommodate that kind of setup. And syempre, namili din kami ng place wherein hindi mainitan yung guests, maraming parking. Then, ayun, dun sa event or sa venue na yon, we chose to also have two rooms book on our end kasi one for the bridal suite and one for the groom's suite para magkahiwalay kami on that day. Kasi medyo marami din siyang groomsmen and marami din siyang family members. Ako medyo konti lang naman. So, yeah. Kaya, yun. Sa akin yung maliit na room, sa kanya yung malaking room kasi mas madami sila. So, anyways, that is the first non-negotiable. Syempre, kailangan nyo ng venue that can accommodate you and can accommodate the time and season of your wedding. Kami kasi nung wedding namin, yung time na yon, it is really rainy. November, rainy talaga siya, gloomy yung weather. Pero I really thank God on that day, sobrang clear ng skies, hindi siya humid. Ang clear talaga, tas maaraw, hindi siya umulan. Pero on the previous day, umulan siya, kaya medyo basa or maputik dun sa part ng garden area nila. So, we didn't choose to have a garden wedding. So, we chose an indoor ceremony and reception para hindi hassle on our part sa coordinators namin and also for the guests. So, that is the thing that you consider when you are going to be thinking for a venue. So, next na negotiable na pinag-usapan namin ni partner is yung catering. Sobrang happy ko talaga sa catering. Sobra. Hindi ko makakalimutan yung catering namin. Ewan ko, natitiri-ay ako kasi sobrang thankful ako sa kanila kasi last minute din akong nagpagawa sa kanila ng backdrop, which is nasunod, and more dun sa na-expect ko yung ginawa nilang backdrop sa I'll post a picture somewhere, pero hindi siya gano'n hindi naman kalinaw, pero hindi siya gano'n close up kasi yung picture na yun. Pero ayun, yan, papakita ko sa inyo kung nasaan yung backdrop. So, ayun, catering. Dahil hindi naman kami nagpunta sa mga food tasting events or whatsoever, dahil may kakilala kami na friend namin na meron silang catering services. So, we went with our catering services. Kasi, actually, yun din yung naging caterer nung ate ko nga, kasi nga DIY bride siya. So, ako din yung nag-suggest sa kanya na may catering tong friend ko na to. So, sinuggest ko sa kanya. And on my wedding day, they are also the catering that we have on our day. And sobrang hindi ko makakalimutan yung caterer namin. Kasi lahat, grabe. Kasi we didn't purchase or hindi kami nag-rent ng parang mga food carts. Kasi technically, plan namin, gumawa na lang kami ng food cart naming sarili, then um, mag-hire na lang kami ng pwedeng tagaluto sa food cart. Kasi we chose to have a tusok-tusok as a food cart on our cocktail hour. Kasi sabi namin, medyo matatagal. Lagi naman ganun eh, after ng ceremony, medyo may katagalan yung start ng reception. So, we've decided to have this kind of Filipino style na grazing with with a tusok-tusok. Yung mga yun, fishball, ayan. And, syempre, yung isa kong bridesmaid, si Giselle, ayan. Si Giselle, nag-offer din siya na maglalagay din siya ng mga mini donuts niya. So, kasi business niya yon. So, if you're interested, you can reach out to her. Lahat ng mga binabanggit ko dito, ilalagay ko lahat sa description. Yung mga supplies. So, ayun. Yun yung naging gracing table namin, yung mga tusok-tusok, yung donuts, and ayun. And dahil nilibre yun, nakalibre kami dun sa donuts kasi niregalo sa amin. Kaya sabi ko talaga, who you choose as your bridesmaid is really important. Sobrang important kung sino yung mga pipiliin mong tao that will be part of your entourage talaga. So, I'm really thankful dahil ayun, nag-offer nga siya na magkaroon ng additional instead na tuhog-tuhog lang, tusok-tusok, nag-offer din siya for a mini donuts. So, ayun. Sa catering namin, sobra, wala akong masabi. Wala akong masabi. Sa food, sobra talaga. Nabusog ang lahat, hindi umuwi ng ng gutom. May mga take home pa ata yung iba, hindi ko alam. Basta may hindi ako natikman na dessert doon eh. Yung mango banana graham. Pero yun yung kwentong hindi ko makakalimutan dahil hindi ako nakakain ng mango banana graham. Ang nakain ko lang kasi noon on the day is leche flan. Dalawa kasi yung desserts na binigay sa amin, which is dapat isa lang. Pero inoffer na sa amin na kasi hindi ako makapili nung time na nung nagmi-meeting kami with the catering, hindi ako makapili nung time na yon, lalo na sa pasta. Kasi gusto namin is lasagna. Kaso yung lasagna parang upgrade siya na pasta. So, parang ang pagpipilian lang ata is carbonara. So, lasagna is off the list kasi ibang, parang ibang pricing yon pagka lasagna. Pero, nung sinabi ko na, masarap po kasi yung lasagna niyo, binigay sa amin with just the price ng, sobrang talaga, budget friendly. So, binigay sa amin yung lasagna. Then, yung sa dessert, ang kwento naman nun is dapat isa lang, which is either leche flan or yung banana mango float. Si husband, ang gusto niya yung leche flan. Pero ako, ang gusto ko yung mango banana float. Kasi yun talaga yung nasarapan ako kahit nung kasal ng ate ko. Yun talaga yun. Pero, nung nung time na nagde-decide na kami, sabi na lang sa amin nung caterer, sabi, sige, bigay ko na sa inyo yung dalawa, leche flan, tsaka mango banana float. Pero sadly, on the day of my wedding, hindi ako nakakain ng mango banana float. Kasi ang daming kumuha ng mango banana float. Kaya naubusan ako. Kami pala ni partner. Kasi syempre busy kami on the papalit, 'di ba? Busy. So, hindi kami busy magpalit. Busy kami mag-walk around the tables. Kasi ang ginawa na lang namin is, table per table na lang yung pictures namin. Then every table, sila yung maunang kumain. Hindi na kami nagpapunta sa harap. Kasi normally ganun yun. Punta kayo sa harap, tapos after nyo sa harap, punta kayong catering, ganon. So, hindi nangyari yun. So, we went table to table, kaya hindi rin ako nakakuha ng banana mango graham. Pero the good thing is, yung next day after nung wedding, next day ba? Hindi ko sure kung next day yun. Next day. Next day. Inabutan ako 'no, ni Giselle ng isang Tupperware ng Graham. Kaya sobrang sabi ko, "Talaga ba?" Hindi na kami pinagbayad. And, also yung crew meal sa kanila namin kinuha sa catering, which is sobrang sarap ng crew meal nila. Parang sabi ko, ang dami kasi nakakain ako ng crew meal. Binigyan ako ng isang coordinator ng crew meal. So, yun yung kinain ko. Sobrang daming serving, hindi ko naubos. Binigay ko pa sa ate ko, sa kapatid ko, kasi nga, sobrang dami. Yung chicken talaga niya, as in, hindi siya tinipid na crew meal, which is, sabi ko, sobrang grabe. Hindi ko ma-explain, pero sobrang budget meal, pero sobrang busog naman. Yun yung feedback na gusto kong ibigay talaga sa catering namin. Pero ang haba. Haba ng kwento. Pero ayun, let's talk about another non-negotiable that you need to consider on your wedding. And the third one is the photo video. If you want, syempre, kasi that is memories that will last forever. Memories that you want to look back to. Memory that started your journey as being a couple, being a husband and wife. So you really need to choose the best and affordable dahil DIY wedding ka and you're on a budget, you need to choose the best and the affordable photo video. So kami, dahil nga naging coordinator ako in my previous job, na-eye ko na talaga yung output nung photo video namin dun sa ano na yun, sa work ko na yun. So, nung kakasal na ako, I really looked for them and I really reached out to them na, "Hey, I wanted you guys to be my photo video for my special day." Kasi nakita ko yung mga outputs nila and if you will be able to look up my Facebook, you nakapin sa Facebook ko yung SDE namin on the day. Grabe yun. Hindi ko parang movie. Kasi technically SDE ranges just to 8 to 10 minutes or just 8 minutes or lesser. Ganun lang ang SDE. And technically, parang mga hanggang 3 songs lang siya. Then, yung editor namin sa photo video, dahil friends kami, she reached out to me after the wedding. Sabi niya, "Grabe, ngayon ko lang ginawa yung ganitong SDE." Sabi niya sa akin, sabi niya, "Ngayon lang ako nakagawa ng SDE na 5 yung kanta na 12 minutes." Kaya sabi ko, grabe talaga. You really need to choose your suppliers wisely. Lalo na kung may friends ka, ay go, grab mo na yon. And syempre, yung rate nila, wag mo nang anuhin, wag mo nang patusin. Kung ano yung rate nila, honor their rates and value their work. Value them as your friend. Ayun. So, the photo video really from prenup up until the day, grabe, wala akong masabi. Sobrang ganda ng prenup video, prenup photos, sobrang ganda. Yung photo video on the day of my wedding, the SDE, the on the day photos, grabe. Hindi pa man namin nakukuha yung drive for the photos, pero yung SDE, ayun, nakapost na siya sa page nila. And sobrang wala akong masabi sa photo video. Hands down. If you're interested to look into them, you just have to search on Facebook, Be Creative Media. And dun pala sa catering, ang catering pala namin is Chai's Catering, spelled as CHAI, apostrophe S, Chai's Catering. You can also search them on Facebook. Then, the fourth thing as a non-negotiable is yung hair and makeup. So, because you need to look your best on your wedding day, you need to invest on your hair and makeup. And dahil kakilala ng husband ko yung hair and makeup namin, which is si John Ray Del Rosario, you can look up yung Facebook page niya, which is alam ko Makeup by John Ray Del Rosario, if I'm not mistaken. Pero everything will be linked down below. So, lahat ng links or lahat ng links ipopost ko below. So, it's all up to you guys. Kung titignan niyo sila, if you have something, may mga events kayo, you can look them up in case of events like this. Or if you are a bride-to-be, you can look them up. So, ayun, hair and makeup. Parang, ang aga kasi namin siyang binook actually. Parang last year ng November, December, or Burma, something that time. Binook na siya nung husband ko kasi nga, dumadami na rin yung nagpapabook sa kanya. So, nung nagpabook kami sa kanya, talagang medyo mababa pa yung rates niya. Pero, grabe naman, hindi dapat talaga more than pa sa rate niya yung ibibigay niyo kasi sobrang galing, sobrang ganda ng makeup, talagang ang funny thing nung on the day of my wedding, nag-iiyak pa nag-iiyak pa ako and sobrang hindi ako nahulas on my wedding day. Hindi nag-cake yung makeup ko or what, basta hindi siya pumangit. Hindi pumangit yung makeup ko, as in it stayed there. And kahit nung naghilamos ako, nakailang hilamos ako no'n, nandun pa rin siya. Gano'n katibay yung makeup. It's not an airbrush makeup. It's just the traditional makeup na hindi ko alam paano nangyari yun na nag-stay put siya sa mukha ko ng gano'ng katagal. Kahit sobrang init, stressful sa photos, yan. Ang galing. Pati yung hair, hands down, nasunod yung hair ko na gusto ko. Na, lalo na nung sa ceremony look, nasunod talaga yung hair. Really, ang ganda talaga, wala akong masabi. Iba talaga yung output, which is sobrang happy ng heart ko kasi nga, really, everything went well. On that day, parang, wala akong naging problema. And yung hair and makeup, that is a very good investment, really, kasi you need to look your best. And, ayun, sa hair and makeup ko noon, kasama na dun sa binayaran namin is yung makeup ng mother. Yun, dalawang mother of the bride and mother of the groom. Kasama sila dun sa makeup. So, ayun, if you want to check the outputs of my makeup artist, you can. Punta lang kayo dun sa Facebook page niya. Down below, nasa link. Okay? Perfect. And lastly, panglima na non-negotiable is the on-the-day coordinator. If you are on a budget, madaming coordinator na ngayon. Pero if you're considering, you can look up our coordinator on that day, which is si RJ. Yan, si Sir RJ yung host din namin on that day. Coordinator, host, siya talaga yung kumilos yung araw na yun. Alam ko lahat ng stress ng araw na yun sa kanya napunta kasi wala talaga akong inisip ni isang detail, ni isang bagay. Wala akong inisip kasi lahat siya. I just relayed everything to him. Lahat ng gusto ko, lahat ng ano ko. On our meetings then, on the day, I have no problems. And everything went well. Really, everything went well. So, ganun ka-importante yung on-the-day coordinator because sabi ko nga, as a previous coordinator, laking tulong ng may kasama ka sa mismong day. You cannot do it alone. You cannot do everything, be one place at one time on that day. Wala, hindi talaga. Ay, ang laking help ng may coordinator ka. On-the-day coordinator ka. Ang laking help nun. Kahit wala na sa prenup na coordinator, okay lang yun. Ang pinaka-importante is on your wedding day, you have an on-the-day coordinator. So, if you're planning on having a DIY wedding, that is the 6 things that you need to consider. Your budget, the venue, the catering, photo, video, hair and makeup, and the on-the-day coordinator. So, ayun, yun yung mga bagay na dapat nyo i-consider and where you should start when you're planning a DIY wedding. So, if you do have comments, if you do have questions, we can do a postmortem for your questions Ayan, sasagutin ko yung mga questions nyo. I can do that. Feel free to ask, feel free to request what the next videos that you wanted to see. Kasi I have so many things in store that I want to share with you guys, sa mga magiging viewers ko, sa mga viewers ko. I have so many things that I really do want to share. And that is for the first episode of Vows and Vision. So I hope you enjoy, guys. Enjoyed listening to me, enjoyed watching me. Tolerating my voice. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in, and see you for another episode. Let's see by next week. Bye.